This conference will now be recorded.
We'll send the recording to Lockwinder after, and he can circulate it to everyone. Would you like that?
Yeah.
Okay, very good. So we're going to circulate it to everyone. All right, so the first things first, we're going to introduce ourselves, and there's an official spot where I get started. But right now, what you see on the screen, everyone should get that on their phones. And let's do a test right now to see how many people can come up with the right figures. It doesn't matter whether you use the app or whether you use the shortcut, but there's a difference between an app and a shortcut. Does anybody know the difference here? Okay, an app uses a little bit of resources of your phone. So how many people's battery goes dead by 2 o'clock in the afternoon? Anybody? Anybody have trouble with their phones going dead? No? Very good. Some people do sometimes if you're running low. The app uses a little bit of resources, but a shortcut uses zero resources. Zero resources. So the shortcut is you put ICIWorld.mobi on your phone, you would type it in, and then what will come up? It'll come up on your phone, and I'm showing it sort of on my phone right now. I wonder if I can even do the, I'm going to take a shot at it. Why not? Let's give it a shot on the webcam. Okay, yes, we can see the webcam. I'm actually broadcasting live right from the seminar, and we have about 10 people in the room, and we've got about another 3-4 at home. This is what we call the shortcut. The shortcut uses up no resources. All right, so you can use the app or the shortcut. And the shortcut, I kind of like it, and I like the app. I like them both, but I like this one because watch how fast it works. Click on search commercial on the app and on your shortcut. Go ahead, and you should have a form come up like this on the screen. Everybody show me the form, make sure you've got it. Click on commercial, everybody's got it. Now, halfway down, you're going to see business area. Make sure it's business area, not business category. Click on Canada, Ontario, Greater Toronto, and let's click on Brampton. Okay, get your phone out. Get your phone out. You'll catch up. Okay, and what do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We got about 14 people here, and another several at home. Okay, so we've got now the app on the screen, and you should have Brampton chosen. Does everybody have Brampton?
Yeah.
Okay, now don't do anything else. Just go to the bottom and click on search database and tell me how many you get. At the top, it says 1 of 100 of how many? 169. You got 169. What did you get? 48. Everybody tell me what you got.
48.
You got 48. Anybody else? They only got 3 responses so far. We're clicking on commercial and we're searching Brampton. Search Brampton. You're going to choose Canada, Ontario, Greater Toronto, and Brampton. See if you can choose it. And so far we have 169 and a couple of, you got 169?
Yeah.
How many does anybody else have along this side here?
Yeah, so
Just waiting for you to bring it up. How about over here? Oh, you just came in late there? 169? Okay, so 169 gets outvoted. Your 48 gets outvoted.
I'm okay with that.
Okay, no, but but what happens is if you choose some other category, then you'll get a different number. If you clicked on maybe businesses or residential or something, you got to make sure you click on commercial.
That's what I did for Brampton.
And Brampton, and not Brampton in the first,
Second one is city.
the business category, and you should come up with 169. Everybody should get, did you get it?
Let me double check.
Can you double check with him, Sabrina, make sure he gets it, okay? But now, on the first one, it says truck parking lot.
Yeah.
Everybody see that? Can you click on it and tell me what's the date on the listing? What's the date on the listing? Truck parking lot.
September 20th, 2018.
When
September
is that?
20,
September
2018.
Today.
That's today. So in other words, you can search this in literally 3 or 4 or 5 seconds, and you can see the latest listings coming in every single day by the second. It's real time. So if you put a listing on now, it's instantly on the internet for people to see. And there's thousands of people using these, thousands.
They're looking for a parking lot.
You're looking for one. Well, there's a buyer right in the room right now for the very first listing on the screen. And they were just talking about it. Isn't that what lovely? You know, this whole service started at the Toronto Real Estate Board.
He also wants.
Oh,
He also wants the truck parking lot.
there you go.
He wants.
Oh,
Yeah, he wants.
wants one. Oh yes, Razia. That's true. It says wanted.
Nobody's selling in Brazil.
It says wanted here, right? Right. Okay. Anyways, you got the idea how you can search, but it's up to the people to put in their information. Some new people that are starting, sometimes you see them make mistakes, but we will call them and we will help them. So whoever is starting, if there's ever a mistake, we're going to help you. Okay. All right. How this service started was at the Toronto. You can put your phones down now. It started at the Toronto Real Estate Board, where we were meeting on a regular basis at the Toronto Real Estate Board with the CCIMs. And we would stand up in a room like this and we would say we have properties. In fact, does anybody have a property right now they would like to sell? Some kind of commercial property first. Any kind.
Fourplex.
Okay, you got a fourplex. And roughly where is it?
Jane and Weston.
Jane and Weston?
We have land 9 acres.
9 acres. How much is yours?
Lister box?
How much is it for sale?
It's approximately 8 million.
8 million. And how much is your fourplex?
1.7.
So we've got fourplexes for 1.7. We got land for $8 million. In this room, there are people that know lots of people that have properties for sale and they want to buy properties. So in this room, you might find a buyer, but wouldn't it be nice if you had the whole world you could search instantly? That's what ICIWorld is all about. We started like this in a room 23 years ago, okay, to start to build systems that we can search the world, where you can post your want and reach the world. You can post your have and reach the world. And we've had people in the same office. One person wanted a shopping center, did not know that someone else in the office had one until they saw it on ICIWorld in the same office even. So in other words, it's sharing of information on a worldwide basis, and it's basically instantly. And just to show you how lovely it is, pull up your phones again, everyone, and see if you can find the word testimonials. The people that have the app, I'm going to go and maybe put this webcam back on again, see if I can do it. Stop sharing your webcam. Okay, here we go. I'm going to turn on the app and skip the ad there. Hang on. And click on more if you're using the app. If you're using the shortcut, which is the dark blue planet that you'll see on the screen, go down until you see the word testimonials. I think it's the second one in the blue right there. Click on testimonials. We now have 6 people online, and looks like there could be more coming. And start to read through the testimonials if you can. How can I make that show? People can see you. People can see you. Can't seem to show the webcam on the screen. Oh, there we go. Okay. On the app, the second one down says testimonials, and if you click on it, go like that, so you can see it over there on the right. It should come up in a moment. Now I'm running, I didn't hook up to the Wi-Fi here. I actually hooked up to my little Wi-Fi hotspot. This is the Wi-Fi hotspot. And I've got it set up so I just don't have to log in or do anything. It just hooks up right away. And that's what I'm running this on. And go down the page and start to see all the testimonials. If you can do that on your phones right now. And there's a reason that I want you to see this. I want you to get excited about the deals that you can be doing. As a matter of fact, maybe what I'll do is I'll bring it up on the screen here. Let me do it with Edge, Microsoft Edge. And I'll even do it from the main website, clicking on testimonials up here. There we go. And all of these deals, I'm going to tell you what's exciting about them. All of these deals that you see being done on the screen right now and at home, watching this on your viewer, and also the people that will see it 1 year from now, because this is going to be a recording on YouTube. All of these deals were done with exclusive information, not on real estate boards. You tell me if that isn't exciting. Is that exciting? Okay, get excited. In other words, as of today, you will no longer be restricted to making money with just a real estate board. We're going to cover how to work exclusive information today. That's one of the important points today. And you're going to be able to go away from today's meeting knowing how to work exclusive information that can help you make tens of thousands of dollars, hundreds of thousands of dollars. Because a lot of the properties, the big properties, they're not on MLS. Now, the people that have been in the business for more than 2 or 3 years, can I see your hands? Okay, I'd like to ask you a question. I'm going to make a statement. 90% of the apartment buildings in Ontario are not on real estate boards. Do you agree or disagree? Agree. 90% of the shopping centers are not on real estate boards. Agree or disagree? All kinds of land. So the people that know, and the reason I asked them is because they would know. If I was to ask the people under 1 year, do you know? Yes or no? You really don't know because you're just coming in the business, right? So there's a lot of exclusive information out there. There's going to be a lot of people that are going to say to you, I will sell my property, but I don't want to give you a listing. But if you bring me in $2 million for my property, I will pay you a commission, but I don't want to give you a listing. Has anybody in this room 2 years old and over ever had that said to them? Everyone. How about the people under 2 years old? Has anybody said that to you yet? Okay, because you're just coming in the business new. But if you're going to start asking people for a listing, you're going to find some of them are going to say, not at this time. And they're trying to be polite to you. Has anybody in this room ever talked to a FSBO? Does anybody know what a FSBO is? Under 2 years old. I know the other over 2 do. Under 2 years old? FSBO stands for sale by owner. Okay? FSBO, FSBO, for sale by owner. And for sale by owners, do they want to list with real estate people right now? No. Try to sell it themselves, right? There is a special way that you can help these people, and we're going to be showing you how to do that tonight as well. Okay? So the reason I showed you all these other testimonials is to show you we actually have 50 pages of testimonials here, but instead of handing out 50 pages of testimonial, which we used to do, we used to hand out 50 pages of testimonials. We no longer do that. We simply say, go to your phone and check the testimonials, and you can read them online and save a tree because it costs a lot to print out paper. Okay, let's go back to ICIWorld and let's get started here and continue on. Now, when we do these seminars, we actually charge $2,000 to do these seminars when we do them without advertising. No advertising, we'll do the seminar for $2,000, whether it's in the US or Canada. But if a broker of record allows us to do this seminar with a 6-minute commercial and mentioning ICIWorld during the seminar, we do it for free for you. Okay, so there's no charge. The only thing I ask at the end of the meeting, there is an evaluation form that you will see here, that in consideration of me coming here, I would like you to fill out the evaluation form. That's all. Just how did you like it? Did you learn something from it? Now, the 6-minute commercial, part of it, I'm going to do it right at the beginning, and part of it, I'm going to do it towards the end. Is that okay with everyone here? The whole thing is going to be educational. Now, I notice everyone doesn't have a copy of the, I had some papers here. Where did they go? No, the other one in the middle with the pictures. Can I have one of those, please? Everyone must have a copy of this sheet of paper right now. You might as well hand everyone out. This is the copy of the slides that you see on the screen. This is where you can take your notes. If you're going to take notes during the seminar, you take them on this particular page. Okay, and there's some people at the front, you're going to have to help the people at the front get a copy. There are some people at the front that need a copy as well. Okay. And you can take your notes. And Sabrina, maybe did you manage to get a copy? Everyone's got one? Oh, there's my copy. Here's an extra one. Anybody need it? Okay. There you go. There's my copy over here. That's where I was wondering where it was. So you can actually, everybody have your pen handy? You take your notes right on this PowerPoint presentation, because this is going to contain everything that's on the screen. So when I say there's 3 questions, everything is written down on here. Now the people at home, if you go to ICIWorld.com, the people that are at home, and click on the word seminar, down the page at the end of the bullet points, you will find something called handouts. Handouts, it's called. You can go to the handouts and try to find the PowerPoint presentation PDF file, and you can print it out there as well and take notes on that. Because there are some questions in here, which if you ask people certain questions, they will end up giving you the information, and you will be able to work that information to make yourself some money. But there's 3 special questions you have to ask. Now, we know that there's now 3.7 billion people on the internet. And one of the things about the internet is because it's an ocean of people, there's also, excuse me, a lot of sharks in the ocean. And we're going to show you how to protect your information. The handouts can be found by going to ICIWorld.com, click on seminar on the front page, and then go down the page until you find the word handouts. It's at the end of the bullet list. Now, I don't know if is there a way to just, I don't know how to do that. Shut that off. Okay, I'm just going to shut that off there for a moment. Okay. And we're going to teach you how to protect your information, because if you don't have a listing on a property, people can go behind your back. And this is good for the new people to learn, because us old people, we all had to learn the hard way. People went behind our back and they bought the property directly, even though they told us to their face that they would work through us. But there was so much money involved here that you got to protect yourself. So you're getting some training here that can help save you a lot of money in the long run. Because if somebody goes behind your back, that could be $50,000 that you could have made if they had to work through you. And we're going to show you how to protect yourself from that as well. What is a society of real estate brokers and salespeople? We talked to our lawyer about calling ourselves a real estate association, just like real estate boards. And she suggested, our lawyer, that it's better to call yourselves a society. Well, we're like an association, we're like a society of real estate brokers and salespeople. Only brokers and salespeople can join. The public cannot join the service. Okay, we've had lots of offers over the year, but that's it. It's just real estate brokers and salespeople. And I'm like the manager of the society, helping it to go forward. And Sabrina, can you introduce yourself? She's a wonderful assistant. She's an instructor that can also instruct this course. She's got a lot of experience in real estate. She was considered running for Parliament too. Would they have cut out your ward though? Was your ward going to get cut?
No, maybe I thought.
Okay, just introduce yourself and say a few words if you could.
Good evening, everybody. It's nice to be here. Thank you for having us. My name is Sabrina DeMarco. I'm sworn into a real estate brokerage. If any of you have kids and you're making your kids work, that was me. I've been registered for 23 years. Broker. We have a small boutique brokerage, mostly family, and an MBA, and I also do a course. I've been helping. I'll talk about Gary in a second, but I also do a course in multiculturalism and real estate, how we use our diversity, how knowledge about our diversity can help us better maneuver through our deals. And that's something that I'll talk to your manager about later on. I've been working with Gary now for over a year, and I'm just so impressed with Gary. He's a legend in the business. He's so knowledgeable and super friendly. And being part of ICIWorld for me, I find it's enriched my business and my confidence. It gives me opportunity to know in an organized fashion what kind of properties are available for my clients that are exclusives or off market. everybody expects you to know not just what's on Stratus now, but also what's off market. Other than like what I see or the people I know, where am I supposed to get that information? So I always felt like I was missing something, but with ICIWorld in my pocket, I have a ton of information that I present to my clients, and they look at me with greater respect as a consequence as well. And they also feel like they don't have to look somewhere else if they're looking for something that's not on MLS, but I'm taking care of the full spectrum of their needs. And Gary's amazing. Book an appointment with him, and he will look at what you're doing with ICI, with your website, and really push you to make money. Like, where's your deal? Get on it. Have you done this? Have you done that? That in itself, for me, I think is a super valuable asset, in addition to the service that the website itself offers. So it's been a pleasure working with Gary and doing some of the coursework with him. I look forward to doing more and more presentations on his behalf. And hand it back to you.
Thank you very much, Sabrina. You're going to be hearing more of Sabrina, and she's a great help. Thank you so much for your help. I would not be able to do it with her and Doris and Diana and other people that are all working for the company on a lot of people on contract to kind of help everyone learn more about it. But I can tell you one thing, in the beginning, it's a one-time setup. What you're doing here is a one-time setup. That's it. Once you know what you're doing, you're going to just search listings on your phone from time to time, see a property, hop in the car, go show it with the other person and make $25,000. And then what else are you going to do? Somebody tells you, I want to sell my property. Maybe I don't want to give you, if they give you a listing, you put it right away on the Toronto Real Estate Board. That's wonderful. The MLS is the backbone of our business. I have served on MLS committees. It's a wonderful system, but not everything can go on a real estate board. And we're going to show you why people, sometimes they don't want to put it, like a restaurant owner. He doesn't want to put it sometimes on a real estate board. Why? It could be bad for business, right? And maybe the employees. There's lots of reasons why people don't want to do things. So we're going to be helping you with that stuff. But if you get the signed listing, by all means, and we kind of go from there. Now, we're specializing in networking this kind of exclusive information, advertising listings as well, on mobile devices, computers, and we're reaching people locally in 138 countries in the world. We now have done 2 $50 million deals on here by independent brokers like yourselves, by ladies like yourself. I'm not kidding. Okay? $50 million, because if you have one buyer that wants to buy that kind of property, right now you're stuck. What are you going to do with it? But not with ICIWorld. It empowers you because of the network of real estate people and the thousands of the public that are reading the information. They can read your listing. So if you have a buyer for $20 to $100 million office building, it's possible. It happened to some people on our network. They post the one. There was a mortgage broker that saw it, and the mortgage broker was working with the owner of a $75 million office building. And the first thing he said when he called, do you really have a real buyer? Because really, what can you trust on the internet? You can't trust every single thing that you see. They didn't really know if she was really telling the truth or not, or just fishing or doing something. But she had a legitimate buyer. And she ended up making a connection with this particular mortgage broker, convinced them she had a legitimate real buyer. They'd signed their confidentiality agreements, and she ended up showing that property, and it was $75 million office building. She made $200,000. Okay, so you can do it, but it was with information. That none of this stuff was on the Toronto Real Estate Board, but now you can work information in the business. So we call ourselves an information listing service, ILS. And you're going to see the introduction of the National Real Estate Information Listing Service. There it is right up there. I don't know if you can see it up at the top right. We call it the National Real Estate Information Listing Service. You're going to hear more about that over the years, because a lot of people think that we just do commercial, and we do residential and commercial big time. And there's a lot of exclusive information in residential too. Right now, you'll find out. We also have another one, International Real Estate Information Listing Service, but all of these things are in the works. for the next 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 10 years. We're building out these websites. When you join ICIWorld, you are a member of them all because they're powered by ICIWorld. And you're going to see many, many websites out there someday. You will be a member of them all if you happen to consider joining. Let's move on. Okay, how much does it cost? Basically $40 per month or $319 per year for unlimited advertising. And you're going to see that you can trigger leads also from your website. By the way, it's unlimited advertising. There's no limit. I mean, that's fantastic. And then when you learn about our executive membership corporate card later, this card is going to give you hundreds of dollars of discounts if you use it, which really makes the membership become free. It really does. That's why we got it for the society. It's a benefit to all the members. But I wanted to show you triggering leads from your website right now and what goes on here. How many people in this room have a website? How many people do not have a website? Okay, thank you. I'm going to see here where you see the word CV up here for Coldwell Banker. I'm going to right click on that. This is called a shortcut on your shortcuts bar. I'm going to open them in a tab group and bingo, look at all the websites that were opening up instantly all at one time. I didn't have to type them in, but now I can click on them, and this happens to be a Coldwell Banker website. And if I happen to click on Ontario Commercial, now you can click on Ottawa Residential. By the way, these are websites that we make for $16.50. That's it. And if you're a new broker starting out, I remember when I was starting out in 1973, what they did is they took me up to the 3rd floor. It was with Royal Trust, $9 billion of assets. That's why I went, well, you've got to be able to make money if they got lots of assets, right? They took me to the 3rd floor and they put a telephone book on a table, and they took a telephone and put the telephone on the telephone book and patted me on the back and left me. Start calling the people in the telephone book was the message. Didn't take long. And so I open up the book. It says, I'm going to start to call these people, you know. What am I going to do? Start to adopt. That's how we started in real estate. No listings, nothing. Today, you can have a website like this instantly within 1 hour. And it's free for 1 month. After 1 month, if you want to keep it, it's $19 per month. That's it. You got thousands of dollars that you have invested to get to here today. Opportunity, time, your time, and that's probably worth a lot of money because you could have been working someplace else. And then you got the investment for the courses and for your books and for the registration, and it goes on, and then the memberships and everything else. What are you paying for that's going to make you some money? This kind of stuff like a website can make you some money, and it's only $16.50 a month if you take it by the year, which is $199 with a credit card for the year. Because now you have listings on your website right away. They're not yours. There are other brokers who have agreed to allow them to be on your website. Now, these particular properties happen to be in Ottawa because I was showing you that one. And then there's other listings here that I can show you. One of them is Ontario Commercial. And I'm going to click on that. And oopsie daisy, sorry, I'm going to click on this other one down here that says Southwest World Commercial. I'm going to click on World Commercial. This World Commercial button, does anybody recognize what that looks like? Did you see that earlier on this evening? Yeah. That was on the apps. Yeah. In other words, you can have this on your website. And there's something special I'm going to be showing you. When somebody wants to search any place in the world, they can pick any country of the world. Look at that. Any continent of the world. There's not much in many other continents. It's mostly in Canada and the US at the moment. Okay. There's the odd thing in other places, but we're building it for everyone else to figure it out. They should be putting their stuff here. They're making connections. We've had 17,000 acres sold in Peru. We've had a string of shopping centers sold in California. Properties sold in just all over. You've got to get it on here, though, for people to see it. Now I'm going to click on Canada. I'm going to click on Ontario. And let's pretend somebody visited this gentleman's website, Mr. Kaiser Ahmad. He's on holidays right now. I just happened to have talked to him today. And I'm going to click on Greater Toronto. And let's say somebody was interested in Brampton and they happen to go down the page and maybe search. And I'm going to click on OK, and up comes these properties in Brampton. Now, let's say somebody is interested in one of these, maybe this 58 acres here. Or maybe, I don't know, just pick any one of these properties here. Maybe somebody's interested in a plaza. It could be. If your website, whether it's a residential looking website or a commercial website, is it possible that someone on the internet could land on it and could be interested in this particular listing? Is it possible?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. So if somebody calls you on a $13 million plaza, why would they call you? Well, if they could click on this listing, would they call you, or do you think they would call the listing broker? They would call the listing broker first because he knows most about the property maybe, right? And if he calls the other broker and he ends up doing a deal with the other broker, does the other broker call you back to say thank you?
No.
No. No, that's right. Guess what? I'm going to try to click on that number. I cannot click on that number. If I cannot click on that number, if this is your website, I'm asking you now personally.
Yeah.
If this is your website and I can't click on that number, who does the person have to call for more information on that listing?
Of course, me.
Give me a high five. Hard. High five. So, high five. Okay, high five. This is making money for you guys and ladies, isn't it? In other words, if you have it, you have a chance to trigger a lead. You're brand new in real estate. This is fabulous for new people. It's fabulous for the people working in it full time. And if you're going to be retiring someday, anybody thinking of retiring in here? Everybody looks too young to retire, unless you make lots of money, then you retire. But if you retire someday, would you mind making the odd 5-minute phone call, doing a referral that makes you $3,000 to $10,000? Would you mind doing that? Could you do that if you were working part-time, theoretically? You're working at another job, you have these listings on the internet, somebody calls you on one of those, how long does it take to do a referral? 5 minutes to do on an average, maybe a little more, but we'll say 5 minutes. So 5 minutes, you could be working at something else and be triggering leads from here. Your job is to get people to go to the website throughout the year. We have a special program that we teach how to promote your website. And it starts with your, can I have a business card from someone? Anybody got their business cards handy? Okay, here we go. It starts with how you hand out your business card. I'm going to give you an example, and I think I could stand up here. I'm going to stand up. And I'm going to give you an example of how you can hand out your business card. And I'm going to give 2 examples of how to hand out a business card. Way number 1 and way number 2. Okay? And I'm going to pretend that you're a restaurant owner. May I? Actually, I'll switch. I used you already. May I pretend you're a restaurant? He looks like a restaurant owner. Oh, hey, it's good food and happiness. Okay, well, this is a diet losing seminar right now. I just finished eating with my wife, and I come up to the front counter and I'm paying for the bill. I want to say thank you very much. That was a very good meal. We really enjoyed it, my wife and myself. And I'd like to leave you my business card. I'm in real estate. And if you're ever thinking of real estate someday, maybe you'll give me a call. I have a nice website to have a look at. May I leave this with you? Okay? And so the answer is yes. That's way number 1. Okay, now I'm going to do way number 2. I really enjoyed the meal. The meal you made was terrific. And we'll be coming back again someday. And I thought I'd let you know that I happen to be in real estate. And I have a special website with some special listings of 200 restaurants on my website. These are buyers and sellers of restaurants. Not that you might sell your restaurant, but you never know someday. Or maybe some of your friends want to buy or sell a restaurant. But I also have exclusive listings that are not on real estate boards. I've got MLS. I got color photos, slideshow displays, buyers, lists of sellers. May I leave this with you? And if you're ever interested someday, maybe you'll give me a call to show you a property. Okay, that's way number 2. Which way is more effective? Way number 2. Why is way number 2 more effective? You told them about exclusives? Yeah, that's good.
Talking about the listings that relate to the
The listings, what kind of listings that I mentioned?
Restaurant.
Restaurant business. See, he picked it up right away. He's in the restaurant business, right? If he was operating a submarine shop, you could talk to him that we have submarine shops on here. If you were talking to a gas station owner, you would tell him about gas stations. Has anybody here been to a motel in the last 5 years? Just once, at least. Okay? When you go to the front desk and you talk to the owner of the motel, you can tell him you've got 200 hotels and motels on your website. Isn't that wonderful? So in other words, the new people getting started, it's a new age. This is the information age. Everything is plugged in. It's being delivered to you on a silver platter that you can now talk to people and talk to them about what's on your website. When you go to Best Buy, does Best Buy say, come to Best Buy because we're the Best Buy? No. They say, come to Best Buy because we have a sale on laptops for students, $200 off. In other words, they're talking about what they have on their website. That's what brings people to your website. Not the fact that you have a website, it's what's on the website, the content that counts. That's how to promote. That's how to begin. Start. Every single one of your customers should have your website on their phone. I'm going to show you what it looks like. Let's go look at another one. There's an example of another website from Coldwell Banker. Does that look nice?
Yeah.
Very, very nice. Now, down here, you're going to notice that he has a button called Property Search with a drop-down list. Now, on the drop-down list, you'll see that there's World Commercial, Ontario Commercial, mostly exclusive, and Search Commercial Properties. So let's click on, I'm going to click on Ontario Commercial this time. And when the page comes up, look at all the listings that come up on the page. So if somebody is interested in an apartment building, they can go to your website, they can click on apartment buildings and look at the apartment buildings. There's over 400 of them from $120 million on down. You tell me if that isn't fantastic. Would you like to have apartment buildings on your website? Let's go to another one. Here's another website by another lady, Coldwell Banker. If we click on highlight commercial over here, again, we'll click on Ontario Commercial because we're concentrating. I'm going to show residential in a moment. And again, if we come down here, if somebody wants to see properties in Brampton, they can click on Brampton. And then they can click on search. Isn't this wonderful? People can see the exclusive opportunities in Brampton. Now, here's a home for $570,000, a freehold townhouse. Here's one coming for sale before it hits the market. And we're going to show you how to work that. We're going to show you how to do this. If somebody tries to click on that, they do it. Isn't that wonderful? They have to call who? If this is your website, who do they have to call? Everybody, high five. You know, okay? So this is what's triggering leads for you to do this. Any questions on that? Let's show some residential here because I've been doing commercial. Let's go to residential. When I go to residential, you'll see that there's a button here called Residential Exclusives. These are websites that we make for real estate people on ICIWorld. By the way, everyone can have more than one website. You don't have to have just one. They're like billboards. You can have more than one. Click on Residential Exclusives, and up comes the listings. And then if we were to search Brampton, and this time I'm going to sort them by price, the residential listings in Brampton, and here they come. There they are, haves and wants. So if somebody is having, say, here's an assignment sale, bingo, you can end up getting a call. Now, if you're a commercial broker and you don't want to sell this assignment sale, what can you do with that? Refer. You can do a referral. If somebody calls you on a shopping center and you're a residential real estate person starting out, what can you do with that lead? Can't hear you. You can do a referral. So if somebody calls you, in fact, I want to take this as an example. I want to do some of these examples because it can happen for you. Where somebody comes to your website, there's commercial, and we'll do the world commercial just for fun. And maybe somebody searching in the GTA, not just Brampton. And if they happen to sort just the haves, and maybe they pick a business category, and I'll choose land. Who had land? Somebody had land for sale, maybe farmland, farm or ranch land. I'm going to sort them by price. And we're going to search the database. Bingo. Now, let's say somebody calls you on one of these listings here, coming for sale in King City, 10 acres, and you don't want to sell it. You can call the broker who's got that listing and say, I have a lead for you. Is a 25% referral commission okay with you? Okay? So you can start doing referrals. Who's got, have you got referral forms handy for everybody in this office? Of course. There's referral forms that are handy. Go ahead. You want to talk about that?
Can I add a comment? Since I've started working with you in your presentation, it's opened up my mind to referrals. I mean, I've always known they were there and it was an option, but I think in the past, for example, somebody called me the other day and said, yeah, then on like, are you still in real estate? Yes, right? Normally, sell my house. Normally, I would say, no, I'm in Toronto, GTA. Like, I'll go as far as my car will go, but I'm not going to be able to serve them properly. But since I've been associated with you, Gary, you've opened up my mind to, hey, let me just give this out as a referral and make money. Why am I sending this potential client away when there's money in it for me too? They want to work with me, let them work with somebody I know. And taking that one step further, not just local referrals, but many of us are affiliated with home countries or international communities around the world and have opportunity to do a lot of referral work that way as well. It's something to open your mind to, and using this network, which is a global network, is a great resource for that.
We have one broker now to add on to what you're saying, Sabrina, one broker who has done 15 referrals. At 5 minutes each, how much time is that? 75 minutes. He made $45,000 doing referrals. If you're part-time, if you're retired, those kind of things, you can be doing referrals. All you need is the leads. The only reason you're not doing referrals is because you don't get the leads. But if you have that's got thousands of listings on it, you have a chance to trigger leads. So it's a tool for you to kind of do that. Any questions on these websites? If they want to see it and you want to set it up, you call the other broker, you make arrangements, you put your commission agreements in place, make sure that you're going to be covered and get paid your commission. You make your own arrangements for compensation on every transaction. If they want to see it right away, you call the other broker. The members of the service can click on all of these, of course. Okay, so you can get a copy. You have access to see who the broker is. So you can call the other broker, get the full page of information, and then go show the property. Okay? Does that answer your question?
Can we search by price as well?
By price?
Yeah, like,
Yes, you can. Let's do another one. Here's another broker that's up in Sudbury or North Bay, I'm not sure. And let's go, I'm going to use, I'll do residential. Go to residential haves and wants. And then if you want to go ahead and just search, say, between maybe 500,000 and 700,000, something like that. Yes, you can put in your price. Try to do it. Now, here's one thing I'm going to show you. We do not delete listings for 5 years. We give you the choice to choose how far back you wish to search. So there's some differences from a real estate board. What's similar, we don't delete listings, neither does real estate boards. We have expired listings, they do. We have sold listings, they do. It's the same in that sense. But the difference is we give you the choice to search how far back you wish to search. In the case of commercial real estate, sometimes we have to go back further to find a property that matches the description of what you're looking for, not so much in residential. Because the building is still there. Even 5 years from now, all the buildings are still there. The people, if they haven't died, they are still there and are connected to the owners of those properties. So let's say you called somebody on a building that was maybe 5 years old that really matches the description of what you're looking for, and it's sold. Can it benefit you to find out how much it's sold for? It can be valuable information. Is it possible the new owner might even want to sell again? Yeah, this is networking now. Is it possible that if that building is not available, that because that broker works that kind of building or that kind of land or that kind of business in that area, is it possible he has another one that might match the description of what you're looking for? Yeah. And lastly, if you have a good business relationship with them, is it possible that 2 weeks from now, he finds something that you were looking for, gives you a call on the phone, you go show it and make some money? This is called networking and prospecting. We often say that this service is like a gold mine, but to mine gold, sometimes you have to dig through the dirt. So on the older listings, you have to make some phone calls. Sometimes it's dead end, but you go to the next one and then you find. But we found out one recent month that 50% of the deals were done on the listings that were past 90 days, believe it or not. It actually happened because the broker who had that kind of property, he's knowledgeable about that area and he knows about other ones. So you keep to asking questions and let him know and plant the seeds. Whatever you're looking for, plant the seeds with him because he might call you back. So I'm going to just choose 1 year. We're looking for properties $500,000 to $700,000. Oopsie daisy. Let me sort them. I didn't sort them by price. You see how you can sort by price right there? You can sort by price and click on search database. There they are, $500,000 to $700,000. Okay? So the answer is yes. You can sort by price, by location, by area, and there's other people who are arriving in this seminar now. That arriving in the seminar, we will be recording the seminar so the people that want to listen to it from the beginning can, but you can also do something else. Everyone else that's online and everyone that's present, if you want, you can mark this down in case you forget, but you can go to the main website, ICIWorld.com, click on the word seminar, and right away you will see that there's 4 recorded seminars daily. All you have to do is click on the word play. And when you click on the word play, what's going to happen is you're going to see a YouTube video come up, and it's going to talk to you about the seminar. And you play the seminar down here, and you pause the seminar down here, that little thing here, or you can click in the middle of the screen to play it, and you can click on the middle of the screen to pause it. I show that for some people who may not know. I know a lot of people in this room already know. Down here is how you can make it full screen. And you can come down here and exit the full screen as well, or hit the escape button, and you can listen to these seminars. Now, for the people that have a website or are going to be getting a website, I'm going to leave these websites now because we've had a good look at them. And you can see that there's all kinds of, there's 1,000 different designs of websites. And you can have websites from almost any company that's in the business. There's 30 website companies that actually supply websites. The ones from ICIWorld, they're basically free for 1 month and then $19 a month, or $199 for the year, works out to $16.50 a month. But you know, getting this underway, people say, where the heck do I start? Well, one of the things you can start with is, oh, by the way, I'm going to mention the corporate card. Anyone that joins ICIWorld as of June 30th from Realtor Quest, we give out one of these corporate cards, and it gives you literally, it can be hundreds of dollars of discounts throughout the world on over 200 vendors that are on here for food, entertainment, travel, sports, etc. One broker saved $220 renting a car in San Francisco. That was US money. Another broker saved $200 on a laptop computer. And then there's people, if you go to Canada's Wonderland or buy Cineplex tickets, there's all kinds of discounts that members can get. So you literally can save the cost of the membership on ICIWorld. Let's move on. So there's the way that it literally networking can become free for life if and when you were to ever join the service. We also have a referral program that if you refer one person to join, then you can have your membership reduced from $319 to $240. And if you get anyone else, we actually add 3 months onto your membership for each one. Make sure you mention it to the person that they can join for 1 year for $240 for 1 year if they mention your name. And we will send you an email the same day that they join. And of course, if you're doing regular referrals from leads off your website, also when you sell real estate, you're going to make money. And you see the testimonials. We're not happy until every single person has done deals on this service. Just not happy until you are. Okay, let's move on. Okay, hold on. Now, people often say, how are you going to help me? Well, we have a special pledge. I think it's maybe on the next page, special pledge here. Our special pledge right up here means you never go longer than 90 days without either making money or triggering leads that you feel will lead to making money. If you're not getting leads, there's something wrong. And I'm going to go over some of the reasons why some people have not done deals. They either haven't had 15 opportunities on here because they didn't learn how to work exclusive information. They didn't have the widgets working on their website. Maybe they never promoted their website. Maybe they never asked the right questions on how to get exclusive information. And I'm going to go over the pitfalls because we see how some people made money and some others didn't. And now we're starting to share why some people didn't make it so that you can learn from these kinds of mistakes, if you want to call them, missing out on things. How do we help everyone? Well, here's how we help everyone. No one should call our office for help. This is going to sound kind of funny to everyone. And the reason you don't call us is because we'd have to have 4 people working in the office. That would be $160,000 at least or more. And it's much easier. Just go here and click on make an appointment. That's it. So you can help yourself by keeping the price of the network down. You have questions, you click on make an appointment. And when you click on it, you'll see it says 60 minutes here. And when you click on 60 minutes, the days of the week come up. Now tomorrow, if you were to click on Friday, there's only one time left available. What time is it? Do we have any early birds in the room here? We've got some. Oh, so you could take 6 a.m. Have a cup of coffee, sit in front of the computer, relax, or a cup of tea, whatever it is that you have, green tea, you know, and I have mine too. And we do little work for 1 hour. After that 1 hour, bingo, the next person comes into the workshop. That's how it works. In order to book an appointment, you might have to go to another day, go to Saturday. We're putting extra Saturdays on, and we're also putting extra times on, and we may consider putting on some extra evenings as well. But if you go to Monday, say for instance, look at all the times available on Monday. There's lots of time, okay? But usually if you try to book the next day, it's usually kind of gone. You gotta kind of space it out a little bit. All right, then you click on this webinar workshops up here at the top in the middle. When you click on that, your computer will open up and you will see our screen so that you can see our screen, and then we can switch it to see your screen. And when you move the mouse, we can show you what. And that means we go at your own pace. We used to do it in a group environment like this. We were going too fast for some people. Right now, we're going too fast for some. We're going too slow for others. I know that already. And forgive me and thank you so much for your patience, everyone in this room. This is a one-time setup. If you can just get through it, there's a lot of money to be made. Okay? And we'll show you. You just have to read the testimonials to see it. Okay, so that's how the training is being done one-on-one. But there's an orientation. See those packets over there? Can you please hand out the orientation page right now, please? We never had this before last year. This is new this year. Everyone should get one of these orientations. Whether you join or not, it's okay. This is a pilot's checklist for a broker to make money on ICIWorld, right here. Orientation workshop. Make sure, okay? You can go through it, and theoretically, if you didn't have the training, you could actually, if you were able to follow it through, you could take advantage of everything. And the people that have been members, if you go through this, you're going to say, oh, I didn't do this or I didn't do that. You can see right away. It's like a pilot's checklist for a broker. Okay, let's, everybody got it? Okay, very good. All right, let's move on. And you never let your listings go longer than 90 days old or they don't show up. This is something even our existing members don't know. Some members say, I haven't been getting any calls. So I go and I look at their listings and they're like 6 months old, 1 year old. The apps that you have on your phones today, they only display listings that are less than 90 days old. How many days? 90 days. That's it. This is now a responsibility on all of the industry, not just in this room, but the whole industry, to keep your listings less than 90 days old or they're not getting seen. If somebody wants to search way back, they can find them. But the initial display in our fast-paced world, everybody wants to go click, 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 bingo, see what they want, bingo, and they want to go. That's the way it is nowadays. So you got to keep your listings less than 90 days. We recommend updating your listings every 30 to 60 days and never let them go longer than 90 days old. By the way, if anybody has a problem on anything here, who can you call? Yeah, you make sure you give us a call, not a phone call. How? Make an appointment, please. Okay, it makes life so much easier. People say, how can you have 40,000 people networking on the internet? How can you have thousands of members doing this? Everybody just make an appointment, that's all. It's like a doctor's office. We go on like a doctor of the internet every hour on the hour, and then we're going to be training other people to do the same appointments for people, okay? That's how that works. If it's an emergency, take my card, everyone right now. There's a card in the middle. Everyone should have each card. Everybody should have 2 cards. My personal card with my personal cell phone number on it. If you run into, we have some people who say, well, somebody just arrived in town and they're looking for a shopping center. How do I do it? You call me if you're stuck, if you don't know how to do it. But tell you the truth, all the members are learning how to do it themselves, because you can play with your phone later on how to do all these searches. And if you have a problem, who can you call? You make sure. Even though I have been a broker, well, I'm going to cover that in a moment. Hang on. Let's move on. Okay, my appointment, we've already covered that. We've covered our pledge. Let's move on. We also have a special channel, educational YouTube channel, and this is marked down. I think it's on page, where's the ICIWorld.tv? What page is that on, please? Somebody. On page what? Page 2? Oh yeah, it's under training and support for executive members. If you need one of these, there it is right there. Okay, so this educational YouTube channel, you go there, there's actually over 100 videos on different things. A lot of them are very similar, and this video will also be on there after we're finished, probably by tomorrow. And we'll put it up as a video, and maybe we can get the office to circulate it to everyone. Okay, if you don't see and don't get it circulated, or you miss the email, you can go to ICIWorld.tv and it'll be the last one, so that you'll get to see it. We'll try to maybe do it tonight if we can. All right, let's move on. This presentation is given all over North America. We've done it in Florida, California, Vancouver, Collingwood, just all over, and we're doing more. We've got Mississauga Real Estate Board is coming up. We're going to be doing a seminar there. You can register if you want to come again to that one. We're doing the Durham District Real Estate Board in the Oshawa area. There's about 100 people registered for that. We're actually doing a seminar at a breakfast meeting at a golf course next month. So actually it's next week, I think, that particular one. Membership is open for licensed people. Let's move on. 3.7 billion people. Now, one of the things education-wise we like to cover is some of these apps that are on your phone. I'm going to cover like a couple of these apps, and one of them is called Evernote. I don't know if I could have built this company almost without Evernote, because it allows me to keep track of so many things that I can't possibly keep track or think of and remember. It's impossible. You try to write it down on paper and in books. Look at the books, you know, you try to write things in books. How are you going to find anything in here someday? You know, you got to go through it. But now, if you can keep all your thousands of notes In here, you can do a keyword search for anything and it pops right up. Sometimes, you know, when you get your computer fixed and they have a ticket and you got to call these companies back, Hewlett Packard and Microsoft and all these companies, they give you a ticket number. Where are you going to keep track of all these things? You can make it all up with Evernote. Everything you can think of that you can dream. If I read an article tonight in a newspaper on my phone, I can send it to Evernote. And then you can put a tag on it, what you want it to be remembered as. I have a tag in here called health. I have about 100 articles on how to stay healthy, how to keep your heart going, how to, you know, exercise and what the proper foods are. And then if you have a problem, what to do about it. Now, when somebody else has a problem, maybe you have something wrong with your ear. One of the things that happened to my sister, she had Meniere's disease. I went and I searched the internet. I found an article and I sent the article to my phone. How am I going to remember? Now I can send the article to her. I can always have it here. So you can help your family, you can help the business, you can organize yourself, you can plan marketing plans, you can do everything with this thing. It's amazing. If you just did that one, oh, what happened to, we lost it? I had it on the screen just a moment ago, sorry. Let me just bring it back here. Evernote, that was the one right there, Evernote. This one here, KeyPass, everyone should have a password program that you can you got to remember the password to your password program. If you forget that, you're in trouble. Okay, but I have about 200 passwords in there, and I can get my passwords from any device, whether I'm on an iPad, a netbook, a computer, my telephone. I can pull up and access my passwords anytime at all. Dropbox. I have a question for everyone in the group here. If you lost your computer today, if your computer broke down right now, how many people in this room are in trouble if you lost your computer? Okay. Dropbox, and I know some people might be advanced in here. We're going to ask you some questions in a moment. Dropbox, if I took my computer, or say it accidentally dropped on the floor and it crashed, and and the hard drive was toast, I can go log into Dropbox, into that program on the cloud. It's on the internet there someplace, okay? Who in this office has a laptop right now? Anybody? Okay, I could ask you, would you mind bringing your laptop to this class? I can log into Dropbox with your computer, and I can bring up this presentation probably within about 5 to 8 minutes. I can be back going again. All the files on my computer, every single one. Isn't that wonderful? That's what Dropbox is. When I change a file right now, bingo, it's automatically changed in Dropbox. Automatically. So it's always up to date. Isn't that lovely? Now, does anybody know what other programs can do that? Who said iCloud? iCloud, that's the next biggest one. iCloud is the same thing. Okay? How about Google Drive and some of these other programs that are out there? So investigate the program that you can be comfortable with and get it for yourself. You make a directory on your computer. You put all your files in the Dropbox directory, the same way you might have personal or photos and all those things. You put them all in Dropbox directory on your computer. You do not put the executable files. You do not put the programs in Dropbox. Only the files that you're saving, the PDF documents, the Microsoft Word documents, the Excel spreadsheets, all of that stuff, that goes into Dropbox, okay? And your files, because if you lose your computer, you have to reinstall all the executable programs. But the files, you click on Dropbox, and within 24 hours, I have like a gigabyte of stuff. Bingo, it's all back, and the computer's up and running. It's just beautiful. So that's a very important program, and you better do it right away before every computer is going to crash. Every computer is going to stop. Everyone. I don't care which one you have. I've had lots of computers. I've had probably maybe over 100 computers in my lifetime doing this business for the last 20 years. And they're all going to have a problem with them someday. Workspace Macro Pro. Does anybody here go to Kijiji? Okay, Kijiji, search some business, find some owners that are trying to sell. Oh, you're gonna have fun with what I'm coming up next. But sometimes you have the same command over and over and over and over, a paragraph that you want to send to that person, a paragraph to that, it's the same paragraph. Workspace Macro Pro, you just go control, boom, boom, and bingo, pops the paragraph in for you. It's really pretty neat. Magic Jack, Skype, and WhatsApp. That was my wife talking earlier on this phone. WhatsApp, absolutely free. And we're talking on the phone now because you can talk on the phone, not just text to each other. It's beautiful. And you can see pictures if you got little ones and everything. So WhatsApp is a really, really good app. And we use it all the time, actually. Inman.com, brokers of record, managers of offices, that's really important. And if you want to know what's happening with the industry, how other brokers around the rest of North America are making out selling properties and all the problems they're having and how they're solving them, Inman.com is a very, very good website to go to, and it's all on that form that we've handed out. You should go to Inman.com and check out their apps that they're recommending, that thousands of brokers in the United States and Canada have recommended for brokers to have. There's a whole list of apps there. We already know most people about finding your iPhone if you ever lose it. People know about that. Okay, you can find your phone. PayPal, make sure if you're going to pay anything on the internet, if you're using a credit card and PayPal, you're covered. I haven't heard any problems if you use both, a credit card and PayPal together. You really should not have any problems today, in today's day and age. There was a time when some people would get paid, they'd have their check in their hands, they ship a car. One person sold a Mercedes, he got $14,000, it was an older Mercedes. He shipped it to California and he cashed the check. It was no problem. And then 2 weeks later, the check came back. It was certified too. Interesting, eh? Yeah. But if he had it paid with PayPal and a credit card, that would not have happened. So keep that in mind. Very good. PayPal is actually getting very, very good. Snipping tools in Windows. If I want to snip something on my screen right now, I can just click on this and I can type in snip, S-N-I-P. There it is, snipping tool. Up comes the snipping tool and I can go new. And if I want to copy this portion of the screen right there, I can save it to my file, save as, and I can save it to maybe a temporary file someplace. Where would I put it? I don't know, documents and maybe temporary, because I can delete all those files later. And I can say, list of whatever. Anyways, I can save the file. You get the point. Okay, that's how a nice little snipping tool works, called snipping tool. Snagit is a little more advanced. You can put copy anything on your screen, and you can put pointers on it. You can put text on it. You can do all kinds of things. It's really a great tool for making presentations that you can hand out to people and stuff like that. 88 things that Google knows. You can search that. Other suggestions. Anybody else have any suggestions of really good apps that you think this is going to be your professional contribution to the industry? Anyone at all?
E-letters.
E-letters. Can you tell us a little bit about e-letters, please?
It's an app. You can send it to your customer. They will sign all documents to come back right away. You don't have to print it. You don't have to present anything.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Is that sort of like DocuSign and?
It's free. No, you have to buy it.
Okay, what other programs do you use for documents? Anyone?
I use Drawboard.
I'm sorry?
Drawboard. Drawboard is a PDF editor.
Okay, Drawboard.
Yeah, that's right.
D-R-A-W
That's right.
board. B-O-A-R-D.
That's right.
And what does that program
The
do?
application with my notebook. I
Yeah.
go there and sign the stuff. I can edit the PDF. I can sign it.
PDF files, you can edit them and do it everything.
Do the signing, whatever I want to do on paper.
Beautiful.
So when I go there, I don't need any paper.
Oh,
And suddenly it's to send it out.
and so you're using it for offers. Are you using the e-letters for offers?
Yeah.
Oh, e-letters and Drawboard. Oh, great.
So which one is it? Drawboard.
Draw.
Drawboard. It's a Windows application.
Draw.
It's that's right. Draw. Yeah,
Drawboard, right?
DRAW.
Okay, so you can, anybody, of course, listening in, you can go to the internet and search these words and you can find them. These are document signing programs that people are using today in real time. Any other programs before we move on that you can suggest that you find that's really good?
I use Authenticsign as well.
What's it called?
Authenticsign.
Authenticsign?
It's part of the MLS right now. Basically, it's all electronic signature.
Yeah, that's the part of it.
That's the part of the MLS. It used to be paid, but
Yeah, it's free now.
It's free.
So Authenticsign is now part of the MLS.
Yeah, it's free now. Before they did something.
Okay. Anyone else? This is really good. We're getting some good suggestions here. Anything else? Going once? Twice? Well, I got some more. Watch this. We got some more on the next page. Realtor.ca.
Yeah.
Absolutely essential for everyone to have. Have a house, and right away you can find out how much the house is across the street, and you can actually make an appointment. And if they say okay to come in right away, bingo, you can just go in. You got your appointments, all through by having that right on the screen. I can be in this community, and even though I'm not from here, I can show people homes in this area and show them point out all the prices because of Realtor.ca. Absolutely great, essential program. Those are some of the other programs on the screen. We don't have enough time to kind of go through them all, but you can see them on the screen and get an idea. Everyone that prints out the copy of the PDF of the PowerPoint presentation, they're all there for you to check out on your own time. Some of the top commercial real estate apps used by a lot of people, and there they are on the screen as well. And I'm not going to go into those in detail because each one could actually take up a lot of time. So we're going to move on because we've got more items to cover and some important stuff to cover. These are people who have wonderful, wonderful people, each one with a big heart. I can vouch for that, to be education and trainers in the industry who've agreed to kind of help us grow this service and move it forward. And you'll notice some designations there, CCIM and CIPS members, and you can see how they're learning more. And actually, when you think about it, they're learning more to how to even help each other. And remember before I said there were some ladies that sold a $50 million property? She's one of them right there, Judy Casimir. She's retiring this year. I'm going to miss you, Judy, if you're listening to this. Always enjoyed working with you. She's an instructor for AREA for the last many years. And she was the one that sold one of those properties on ICIWorld for, it was actually $54 million because they 3 office buildings and they kicked one out. And Connie Allen, she's in the Florida area. Aziz specializes a lot in businesses. Michael Avey, he's also teaches the CIPS program, and he's in Florida as well. Great people to kind of know and make connections with. Alan doing all kinds of international investments from Chicago to you name it, and Toronto area. Zan, just a wonderful broker, coach, assistant. He just loves helping people, giving assistance and advice. Doris, she's with us. She's also a trainer with Floyd Wickman and works with the Ferry as well. And she's here helping us, and she also can conduct this seminar as well as Sabrina can conduct this seminar as well. And I'm also inviting other industry professionals in North America. If you'd like to present this ICIWorld education to the your real estate boards and real estate offices, let us know. We'd be interested in hearing from you as well. There's just some information on myself now for the first time. A lot of people that don't know who I am speaking. I've been a real estate broker since 73, 74 area. But please consider me as a personal marketing and information assistant to each and every one of you. I'm here to help you. I'm here to help every single person in this room. And we help you one-on-one over the internet. Is the nicest, easiest, most comfortable way to do it. Within 1 hour, you're going to be up to date. You're going to be flying. And if you're not making money or triggering leads every 90 days, just make another appointment. That's all. And I will show you what you can be doing. And everybody agrees, oh, geez, I didn't do that. And then I go and I look at the listings and they were in the wrong category, or the listings didn't have a price on it, or there was something wrong. I seem to be able to find things if you're not making money. So we're saying even to the ones that have been on our service for a long time, give us a chance, 1 hour consultation minimum. Once in a while, that's all you really need, and it can make a world of difference. And I love hearing the stories all the time. A broker selling 2 gas stations, another one selling this. I'm hearing these all the time, every day. CCIM, I'm going to have you mark this down on your pad of paper, right where you see Gary Nuska. What page am I on there? On page 4, is it? Everyone turn to page 4. And down there, I'm going to give you a couple of websites because I'm going to recommend every single person take the CI 101 program. Mark it down. I'll explain why. Even if you're in residential, and you should mark it down. CI 101 is the name of the program that you should consider taking. You can find more information on that program by going to two websites. The first one is ccim.com. And the second one is ccimcanada.com. This was a life changer for me. I took the first program, and this was back in the late 80s, early 90s. And I came out of it and was able to sell an industrial building that I had never sold before, and made, in those days, $25,000 was a lot of money. And part of the reason is that course will take the mystery out of commercial real estate for you. It will help you analyze the before and after tax consequences of investing in any income producing real estate, whether it's a duplex, a triplex, a 15-unit building, a 50-unit apartment building, a $20 million shopping center, a $50 million office building. You will understand what's making that business tick and how that piece of real estate for the owner and for the buyer. You will learn that in CI 101 right off the bat. You'll learn what a net operating income is. You'll learn what an IRR is. You may never use these tools, but when you buy a box of tools, a bunch of tools from Canadian Tire, sometimes there's some tools that you don't use, but all of a sudden, if you want to cut those roses off at the right spot and give it to somebody, you need the one with the flat edge and it's got the sharp thing on the other side. You can, and it's beautiful, right? That's a tool. I'm talking to you about information tools for your brokers and salesperson's information toolbox. This is what I call it. CI 101 is going to give you those tools. People today, have you ever shown a property and the people after you showed it, it's beautiful, it looks like it's going to make money, everything was, then they say, I want to think about it. Anybody ever heard that? Everybody. I want to think about it. What would you like to think about? And then you get into it. They don't know. They're just not sure. But what if you can paint a picture? You show the money going into the project, how much money it costs to keep the piece of real estate going, and if you sell it for this amount of money, how much you take out and how much you make, including your commissions. What if you can paint a nice picture? And you have that picture and you give it to them and you say, here, take this to think about. And then they take it to their friends, their family, the lawyer, the accountant, and everybody else. And it shows them how they make money. And everybody comes back and says, aha, I think the taxes are going to go up more than that. I think the hydro is going to go up more than that. Well, you get those figures and you plug them into the spreadsheet that you made. You're in control. And maybe instead of offering $950,000, after you do that, maybe you should only be offering $875,000. That's okay. The point is you're in control of the deal. You know how much money's going in, how much money's coming out. And if they're buying, everybody today, if you think about it, 90% of the millionaires in the world, where did they make their money? Huh? I can't hear anybody. Real estate, out loud, real estate. Come on, say it out loud. Real estate, they make it in real estate. You bet they do. We got to be excited. You know, I've seen this happen. I'm in a doctor's office and he gets a call from a stockbroker at lunchtime. And he says, I got a tip on this particular stock. I think it's going to be doing this, that, or the other thing. Does the dentist or doctor know anything about the stock market? No. But he gets them to buy it. You should be doing that with real estate. Your competition is some of those people in the stock market. That's your competition. You got to show them how they make money in real estate. Take the CI 101 program. I never had one person say, I'm not thankful. Everybody's thankful to take that one program. It's it comes to Toronto real estate. It comes to our area maybe once a year. We have a chapter. I gave you the other chapter website, ccimcanada.com. That's the local chapter of about 80 brokers and salespeople, and we have buyers and sellers in there. 65% of them are brokers and salespeople like ourselves. You are all invited by me to come to the chapter meeting, everyone. Okay? And you go to, which website is it to go to the chapter? CCIMcanada.com. Okay? We meet at the Toronto Real Estate Board, and that's how this Have and Want service originally got started. Because we were sitting down, I was writing down, this person wants a shopping center, this person wants a $2 million home, that person wants an industrial building, and oh, this person's got an apartment building. And I was writing down fast and fast. They were speaking so fast I couldn't write it down. And 2 weeks later, I'm speaking to a lawyer, and the lawyer says, we have a shopping center that's for sale. Do you have any buyers? I said, yeah, I'll get back to you. And I went back to the meeting. I couldn't figure out, actually it was reversed. He had the buyer, the other person had the shopping center. I'm sorry. And I couldn't find who had the shopping center. I looked on my papers. I'm going through my books, all my scribbled notes. I said, isn't this a waste when people like you, who just want to help people, that's all we want to do. If we help them find a property, we make some money and then keep the family going, right? And I couldn't find it. That was frustrating. And I was starting to get into computers a little bit at that time, at the very early stage. I said, there's got to be a way. And then when I heard the internet was coming, and then I made a very good connection with a programmer who was with the Nortel Corporation at the time. And it became a subcontract. He did it with me one-on-one, and I just paid him. And we built this service. It's about $1 service, okay, to build something like this. That's how much it costs to do if you had to go directly and then pay retail and do everything. So, and now we've got this service working for our industry. It's working beautifully, and I couldn't be happier that it's growing and people are making money. Now, CIPS, another wonderful designation, stands for Certified International Property Specialist. Everybody should take it. It's about $100 a day course, approximately. I can be wrong, so don't hold me to it. And you need 5 of them. Europe, Asia, South America, United States, United Kingdom, Japan. Those were some of all the different real estate around the world. You learn about the cultures in some of that. And each of you all has wonderful cultures. And so you're going to learn about other people's cultures and see how they do it and how real estate's being done. What I like about it, if I'm going to do maybe a referral to somebody in the Caribbean or Mexico or someplace around the world, I have confidence that if I give it to a CIPS member, that they're going to treat the people that I send, I'm going to have confidence they're going to get looked after. Now, you also have a big referral network within your own offices here too. So chances are you might want to work with them first, maybe. But for residential, you might want to work with CIPS. And so that is a great for incoming and outgoing referrals. Now, the reason for the LinkedIn profile and Facebook and Twitter and all that, because when it comes to promoting your website, what good is a website if you don't have any traffic or little traffic going to your website? Do you agree or disagree? You need traffic to your website. So these things here, LinkedIn and Facebook and Twitter, they can help you generate activity because you're going to start telling people, besides you're going to put pictures of your family and do all these other things that people do. But on the LinkedIn, you're going to put your professional profile. You should put that you belong to the Canadian Real Estate Association. You should put that you belong to Ontario Real Estate Association. You belong to the Toronto Real Estate Board, and put all those insignias onto your LinkedIn and everything here. And then when people maybe visit your Facebook page, it could be your family, they don't know that you have a website, that you're connected with all kinds of buyers for shopping centers and industrial buildings and farm and land, and you've got homes coming for sale that are not on real estate. They don't know that. But if you put it in here and let them go to your website and look, all of a sudden they say, oh, they're very well connected. I didn't know that. So those are good things to help promote what it is that you do. All right, let's move on. Oopsie daisy, I clicked on one of them and I just took us out. I don't want to go to YouTube. Pardon me. Hang on. Let's go back to the PowerPoint. Here we go. And there's a very important statistic right at the bottom right. 9% of people who had it for sale by owner actually sold them themselves, 9%. What does that mean? Who said 91? 91% sold with an agent. So all of this stuff that you hear about people for sale by owners and all this for sale by owners selling, yeah, they sold, but guess what? It was probably sold by a realtor. Okay? It's the safest way to sell a property today because there's a lot of fraud going on. There's a lot of shenanigans going on. There's a lot of deceit. There's misrepresentations. And there's innocent misrepresentation. They say my roof is 10 years old. It was actually 20 years old. You'd be surprised all the things that can be misrepresented accidentally. And so 91% sold with an agent. Now there's a reason why I'm bringing this up. Because in a very few minutes, I'm going to be showing you how to talk to a for sale by owner that works. And you're going to see that anyone who's tried, a lot of people don't want to talk to a for sale by owner because they know they're going to say no right away. And they don't want to, they can't deal with that. And I'm going to show you now beautiful questions that you can ask that takes the pressure right off right away. Here we go. I'm going to mention this in passing that there's 30,000 have and want ads on ICIWorld. 75% are exclusive, unique. They don't exist anyplace else. This is unique content that is on ICIWorld, opportunities, both for commercial and residential, and properties coming for sale. We're going to show you how to work that, FSBOs, assignments, and more. Assignments, people that maybe have bought a condo to be built, but maybe they got transferred to Vancouver and they have to sell it for some reason. That's called an assignment. So you can put those on here. Now there's two databases here a lot of people don't know. Even existing members on ICIWorld don't know. And I'm going to actually show them right now. When you go to our main website, you'll see that you can search commercial real estate. It's the same on your phone as it is on the computer. 4 choices: commercial, business opportunities, residential, and FSBOs. I'm going to click on the FSBOs. When you go here, you can do the same thing. You can choose Canada, you can choose Ontario, and you can choose Greater Toronto, and you can search. These listings have been placed by the public. But if you notice, you cannot click on these listings. Who are the only people that can click on those listings? The members. Okay? So even though we allow the public to post information free, you see here it says ad free. The public can click on that and they can actually post their ad free by clicking on add your haves and wants free. There it is. They can go ahead and say Brampton, home for sale, blah, blah, blah. They can make their choices here and they can go down to the bottom and then click on add their haves and wants. What does it look like? Well, I'm going to click on the search database too. This is another way to look at them. And I'm going to click on Ontario on the left-hand side. That's an example of some of the latest listings coming in from the for sale by owners.
What the percentage of the owners know this site? If we can ask.
The percentage of buyer, they're buyers and sellers.
That's right. Because I want to buy my home. How do I know this website?
How do you know?
This website with my ass.
Okay. How do people know about ICIWorld? Okay. That is the simplest question that I ever get with the longest answer that takes 1 day to answer. But I'm going to take 2 minutes to give you why it takes 1 day to answer. And it's a marvelous question, and it's called how to promote your website, because we have the same thing, promoting a website. We have right now, because of what we've been doing since 1993, about 38,000 pages on the internet doing things. Okay? That's one way. When you post a piece of information on ICIWorld, you have a choice to allow or not allow it to be on other brokers' websites. Most people choose to allow it because it's greater exposure in the marketplace for your listings. There's about 1,500 to 2,000 other brokers that have the links from ICIWorld, the widgets on their website. And all these brokers throughout Ontario are promoting real estate for getting people to go to their website. So they're promoting traffic for their website, which promotes traffic for these listings. That's another way. Here's another way. And this is very expensive, but we do it. I'm going to show you why. What's this? This is called the Commercial Investor. This magazine here, we are on the front page right there. I don't know if you've ever seen it. Right on the front page. How does this make you money? Well, if the public sees this mobile website, they pick up their phone, they go to the mobile website, and they see your listing. And you go make $30,000 because we were there. Where else are we? Right here. Has anybody ever seen this? At the top right-hand corner up here? ICIWorld. Between these publications, just these three, let alone real estate market. Do you have Real Estate Marketing magazine downstairs? The big one that comes from, it gets circulated to all the realtors. We're in there as well. But those are the ones that we call on the street. About a 300,000 readership right there alone. That's another way. Getting to the pay-per-click on the search engines. That's another way. We use that too. And we do it specifically in targeting. We also have 20,000 emails going to the public every single day. In other words, you can subscribe. Everyone in this room can go to this Get Haves and Wants by email and subscribe. Click on that. And you can click on the word subscribe on the left here once it comes up. Actually, there's Canada right there. And then what we recommend that you have, let me see if I click on it there again. There it goes. For residential, click here. And if I click on that, let's see if it works. Hopefully it does. It's just taking a moment to come up. I don't know why I don't want to stay here and wait. But the point is you can click on, there's the Ontario commercial ads. Put your name and your email address there. And you will get an email once a day. It's called the digest. Whether there's 2 listings or 10 listings, you will receive the listings by email. So you can see that there's, and that's just the beginning. On the website itself here, there's about 40,000 IP addresses that are getting hit every single day. It's not the exact number of people, but that's the closest we can count. There should be somebody behind that computer that clicks it to make that IP address get recorded. So that's about 40,000 per month. And then we go and do seminars and conferences and business exchange and conventions and everything else too. So between all of that, eventually everyone should hear it. Now, we haven't done as much residential marketing because we started residential about 3-4 years ago. And we've added that on, and every broker loves it. Every broker likes the opportunity to make connections for the residential. And when you put a property on here, people can see it right away. You literally can get a call instantly, even sometimes within 5 minutes. Once you put it on here, that's how fast it works. Does that help answer the question? We have a special video for you to answer the full question. Here you click on seminar, and if you go down to number 4, what does number 4 say? Okay, so we practice that, and if you listen to that, we do a lot of the same things that you will see there. Okay? Very good question. Such a simple question, but really I could spend a whole day talking about it more. In fact, you could have a seminar here for the whole day, how to promote your website. A whole day I could be here. Easy, easy. And it should be a seminar. That's really where you should be spending all your time. Starting with how to handle a business card. Get your running shoes on. Go to the business district where you work. Go to the shopping mall. Start meeting all the owners of all the businesses in there. Say, by the way, I work in the area. Just wanted to introduce myself. I work, you know, if you're ever thinking of buying or selling real estate, give me a call. I got lots of exclusive listings, homes. And if they have a clothing store, look up clothing on your phone. Whatever kind of store they have, you can look it up.
Sorry,
Go ahead.
I have a clothing store for sale. This is for sale property. It's 36 years, family run, high-end. They get their stuff from Milan and Paris. Beautiful clothes. Family relatives and clients. Have anybody interested?
There you go. You know, you are, all the people in this room are well connected with lots of opportunities. And I'm going to call you right now, every one of you, a secret agent. Am I right or wrong to a lot of this information? We want to get that out of you. You're here to help promote those real estate opportunities, and we're going to cover that now, coming right up here. Let's go. Hang on. Now, there are over $11 trillion of buyer contacts on ICIWorld. I'm talking properties up to $1 billion. There's people here, believe it or not, connected. There's REITs and pension funds for a lot of the commercial real estate. And all those people that buy commercial real estate buy homes, every one of them. You want to get your homes on here too. Get your ads on here. There's $43 billion in real estate business contacts. And of course, one lead can lead to thousands of dollars of commission. And the beautiful thing about ICIWorld, we're on the internet where it's the best service to be on the internet. When you think about it, real estate is provides one of the greatest returns on the internet, to be on the internet for real estate. Hang on one second. Let me just get this straight here. There we go. Okay, advertising. Yeah, we do a lot of advertising to promote it. You can see we're involved with real estate boards, etc. Realtor Quest, we have one of the busiest booths at the show. How many people here have been to Realtor Quest? Okay, everyone should go. Nowhere can you see so many products and services in one day. And I'm letting everyone listening to this video, even in the future, once a year, the Realtor Quest is held up at the Congress Center by the Toronto Real Estate Board, one of the largest real estate boards in the whole world, with 44,000 members approximately. I'm not exactly sure. And this Realtor Quest has more products and services that you can see in one day. Get yourself energized in the morning, wear your running shoes, get a shopping bag, and eat really good, because it's a full day of talking to people and learning about products and services, and your shopping bag will be filled with stuff to analyze to help you in your business. One day you should be going to that. Our booth is very busy because we make a statement that you could have a $30,000 website and it's not as powerful as the little websites we sell for $16.50. I've already shown you why they're powerful, because you can have, I didn't show you the MLS on it, but we install the MLS listings on your website. So you can be searching the MLS, you can be searching the exclusive listings, and there's also other exclusive listings on it that people can be searching. And these websites send out listings to your clients automatically. Your clients can subscribe, you can subscribe them. How many people here do open houses? Okay, open houses, get excited. This is really good, because if somebody comes through the open house, you can tell them before they leave, by the way, I have a website that I can actually have it send you listings in the area as they become available in your price range. Would you like that? Absolutely free, no obligation. I simply hope that if you want to see one, maybe you'll call me, right? And you program them. 2 weeks later, you get a call, 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and somebody says, you know, I was at your open house. I just checked my email. I called my wife, and we'd like to go see it tonight at 7 o'clock. You think you could set that up? Whoa, isn't that a wonderful kind of call to get? This website can do it because it automatically sends listings. Now, some of you know that the MLS can also send out the listings, but the MLS can't send out the exclusive listings that this website can. So there's advantages to both. Let's move on. That's powerful. That's like having an assistant checking every listing for you and sending out to everybody. You should program 20 people that are looking to buy properties. You should program them all in there, every one.
It's like a marketing tool too, because like your inbox is in your name. There's two approaches, like one, some people say, once you have life, I'm not putting you on my own. But another approach is put as many people as you can, because every day you get an email from me. Bring it to Marco, reminder. Real estate broker with the information they're curious about.
Yeah, we're in the search engines as well in Google. Now, here's the heart of the matter. We're going to make some money, and I'm also going to suggest that you get your phones ready to take a picture. The picture is going to be of 3 special questions. Someday you're going to be someplace, and you're going to say, I got to ask these 3 questions. And if you can just click on the photos on your own phone and pull up these 3 questions, you're going to be able to ask those 3 questions. And here they come. How to work exclusive real estate information. And this is your extra opportunities in real estate. Opportunities to trigger leads, just like real estate board listings trigger leads. And we're going to show you how to follow the RICO guideline here in a moment. And you put agreements in place first before showing the property or divulging an address or identifying the property. You could do it for both commercial and residential real estate, and it's absolutely very expensive to do it in a newspaper, but it's cheap when you have the power of the internet to do it. Now, how this service started, and it confirmed when I started in the 1990s when Bill wrote a book, Bill Gates. Anybody ever heard of him? Wrote a book called At the Speed of Thought. If you can take something out of your brain and then put it on the internet where 3.7 billion people have potential access to it, they can call you. If you have a property coming for sale, that's not a listing. Not yet. It's just a thought that was in your head. So if you can take that thought in real estate, that opportunity, this is what I'm trying to open up your minds here today. Never been done before, and a lot of people don't know it, but we've been doing it for 20 years. Commercial brokers have been doing it all their lives. Commercial brokers have been working exclusive listing. They just don't tell you about it. They keep it to themselves. But if you can take that thought and put it on the internet, coming for sale, $1 million home, Brampton area, double car garage, ground level family room, overlooking ravine lot, coming for sale, could that thought trigger a lead? Yeah. That's why MLS is so important. You put something on MLS, it can trigger a lead. But can you put a thought on MLS? No. Where can you put a thought? Yeah. ICIWorld. And we're going to be adding this service, National Real Estate Information Listing Service, so that everyone knows it's for all real estate, not just commercial. Let's move on. And when Bill Gates was talking to Warren Buffett, he was sitting on a couch in a room at the hotel at the Radisson there back in October, November. We attended it. It was at a CCI convention. He attended the convention, and he spoke to us for an hour, sitting in a couch, making lots of money and just talking about his business. Does anybody know how much money he pulls out a year? How much he makes? Anybody? You wouldn't believe it. Just $100,000. That's it. He lives on $100,000. Richest man in the world. He's still living in his original home. Yeah. But Bill Gates was talking to me. He said the cost to publish your information, getting your message, every one of your messages, in front of someone, talking with people around the world. We have 138 countries visiting on the website every day. Is around the world is zero or so close to zero, it really doesn't make any difference. That's really what our services become. And so ICIWorld is an information, ILS, not an MLS. And that's what we're here to talk to you in this next slide coming up. You can work it for FSBOs, open listings, exclusive listings. Does a builder ever say, I'll build up a home any place you want? You can put that on ICIWorld. So much a square foot. Bring the lot and we'll build the house for you. You could advertise that opportunity. Coming for sale. Some people, they don't want the inside of their home plastered all over the internet on MLS. They don't want that. They got beautiful Van Goghs and figurines and everything else. So are they going to let all the thieves in the world see their properties inside? They don't want that. They want it done. And a mayor of one town didn't want everybody to know that he was moving. Sometimes somebody has 5 realtors in the family. And if he lists it with one, there's going to be 4 met. It doesn't matter which one he lists it with. There's lots of reasons that people do things. They want to sell it quiet. Business owners, they don't want their business people to know that their business is for sale, but they want to sell it. How are they going to do it? Here's how. Anybody that ever says to you from now on, as of today, I want to sell my property, but I don't want to give you a listing at this time. But if you bring me a buyer, I'll pay you a commission. There it is, people. Take a picture of that. And we're going to spend some time on this right now. This is the 3 questions that can help you make tens of thousands of dollars. If you miss this, you miss the essence and the reason you spent your time to come here tonight. This is the reason right here. Because if somebody says yes, 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 you can put it on ICIWorld, get a call, put an agreement in place and go sell it. Just like that. And we're going to talk about it right now. We're going to pretend we're talking to somebody about it. Has anybody ever said, anybody in this room, I want to sell my property, but I don't want to give you a listing? Okay. There's the first question. You ask them, will you pay me a commission if I bring you a buyer? So if you're talking to a FSBO owner, you're not asking them for a listing right then and there. You know they're trying to sell it privately. And nothing they want is 100 salespeople to come up and ask them for a listing. That's driving them crazy. But if you say, if I bring you a buyer, do you think they would say yes? Yeah. Yeah. Now, some people that didn't make money with our service, one fella called me after 3 months. He says, Gary, I haven't made any money on your service. And you told me to call you. And I'm calling you. And I said, why? What have you been doing? He says, well, I tried everything you tried. I says, well, tell me the 3 questions. He says, no problem. I was asking him for a 48-hour exclusive listing. I said, what? Is that the first question? I'm asking everyone in this room now. Is that the first question? How many people say yes? How many people say no? Why is it no? Pardon me? He wasn't saying if I bring a buyer. He was trying to get a 48-hour exclusive listing on the spot. He didn't even have a buyer. That was one problem. So we need an opportunity here to help you if you're not doing these kinds of deals. Anybody have a problem with that question?
No.
Nobody does. Nobody ever does. Let's go to question number 2. This is verbal. If you can get a signed listing, you don't use this stuff. But if you can't get a signed listing, then you use this. You ask them, will you give me a 48-hour exclusive listing to show the property once I have a buyer? That's a verbal agreement ahead of time. You go through a car wash and you say, listen, if I got you even a restaurant, if I got you the price you wanted, would you sell today? Now, what's a restaurant owner going to say? A lot of them will say yes. You bring me in $450,000 for my property? Where do I sign? And so you ask them, would you give me a 48-hour exclusive listing once I have a buyer? Because I can't show anything without having an agreement in place. Does everybody agree with that or disagree? You should never show a property, and you're hearing me, I've got it recorded, without having an agreement in place first. So even though we are working exclusive information, it doesn't mean that we don't put an agreement in place first before showing the property or divulging the address of the property. Let's go to the third question. You ask them for permission to market the property verbally. This is verbal. This is all verbal. We ask you for permission to market the property, but I'm going to do it without disclosing the address. One broker was saying, you know, is that okay if I advertise your restaurant? What's the restaurant owner going to say? No, that's right. You're right. Because he doesn't want people to know. In fact, even when you ask him this, he's going to be afraid that you might tell somebody. And he might still say no because he doesn't trust. So what you do is you give him a copy of the ad. I'm going to say restaurant, Brampton area, $350,000, making money. That's it. And you show it to him and say, that's all I'm going to say. And when people are interested in it, I'll qualify them. I'll call you. I'll make an appointment to show it. That's how that works. Now, why do we do it this way? Here's the reason why, and you should take a photo, take a copy of this too with your cameras. A registrant, which is you and me, shall not include anything in an advertisement that can reasonably be used to identify, that's the key word, specific real estate unless the owner of the real estate has consented in writing. The key word is identify. So we're all registrants. I'm a broker as well. And oopsie daisy. I don't know what happened there. Oh, there it is. When somebody calls you on an ad, the first thing they're going to do is ask you for the address. Do you give it to them? Out loud. I got to hear it, people. No, that's right. You're absolutely right. You can make a statement, something like this, that in this particular case, we have to put an agreement in place first. But if it's okay with you, I'll show it to you on Saturday at 12 noon. You come to my office on, where are we, Dixie? On Dairy Road, and I'll make arrangements for you to see it. And then what do you do on the day before the showing? I'm sorry?
You talk to the owner.
You talk to the owner, and you go get yourself a 48-hour exclusive listing. Isn't that nice? You know, in Lake Tahoe, you can go skiing in one day at the top of the mountain, and you can go swimming in the water down at the mountain on the same day. A lot of the movie star properties on that mountain, they're all being sold this way. They don't want to put it on MLS, but they want the exposure. That's one way to do it. Now, coming for sale. Has anybody got a listing in this room that is coming for sale in the next 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks or months? Anybody? How many? Coming for sale. Anything for sale? Can you give me an example of one? What do you have coming for sale? Not the address, just the type of property and where.
It's a detached house.
Okay.
72 by 130 lot.
Oh, nice lot.
Yeah, it's in London.
In London, Ontario?
Yeah.
Okay. And London, Ontario, and roughly how much might that property be?
$399.
It'll be about $399. Say
Yeah.
$400,000. $400,000. London, Ontario, coming for sale. You could put that on here right now, and somebody's going to call you, and you're going to tell them that in this particular case, we have to put an agreement in place first. But I should be getting it signed in how many months did you say? 2 months?
2 months.
In about 2 months, I should be getting the listing signed. If you're still looking for a home at that time, I'm going to call you anyways. And if you're still looking, you can be one of the first people through on the first open house that I do. Would you like that? Isn't that nice? You can be getting calls in the meantime. Isn't that wonderful? It gives you a chance to make money with information. This is information. This is not a signed listing yet. But when you advertise it, you have to say approximately 400,000, because until you get the listing signed, when you get there, they might want 410, 420. Or if the market goes the other way, 390. Who knows, right? So you say approximately. It's just an information service is what it is. But we're making sure that you know how to handle it. You've got a lot of legal things to think about every time. You've got easements. If you don't put an easement into your listing, you can be held responsible for it. There's a lot of legal things. So this is kind of a legal thing in a way. It's part of RICO and your license. Now, we're going to give you a test. Mississauga restaurant, $350,000 making money. Does that give this restaurant away? Can you tell which restaurant it is?
No.
No. If I said it's at the corner of Dundas and Hurontario Street, does it give it away?
Yes.
How many people say yes? How many people say no? How many people do not know? It's okay to not know. The ones that said yes, I agree with you. Even if there was 3 restaurants down there on that corner, How long would it take to go talk to 3 restaurant owners? How long?
15 minutes.
15 minutes to half an hour. If the commission is 10%, which it is on businesses, a lot of people don't know. 10% of 35, that's $35,000. And if somebody goes direct and talks to the owner, you are out $35,000. So be careful with your tongue. What you use your tongue for, you can say too much. We have a saying, and a lot of us old timers, sometimes you talk too much and you can talk yourself out of the deal. Okay, you got to be careful on some of these things. So that's why I'm here to help you treat information as confidential. Lawyers have confidential information. Doctors have confidential information. I suggest to you that part of this is confidential information in our industry. When you know about something, treat it as confidential, like money in a bank. I had one developer, he took out a salesperson for lunch and bought him a bottle of wine and filet mignon, the whole works. And by that time, you're feeling, so he said, come on, you can tell me where that piece of land is. That was like a $200,000 commission. He can go directly around behind your back. So he spends $200 on a lunch. He walks away and says, I saved $200,000. I found out where it was. Right? So people will do that to you. That's the downside of our business. That's the side that, maybe if that's the worst it ever got, maybe that's not too bad. But anyways, you got to be careful with your information because you have family and kids and to support and families to support. You got to watch this. Toronto Triplex, 750, making money. Does that give it away?
No.
How many say yes? How many say no? No is correct. If I said it's at Bloor and Ossington next to the Pizza, does that give it away?
Yeah.
Yes. Now, that's a simple one. Now I'm going to get you a little bit harder. Watch this. Let's go to the next page. There's 3 answers to this. One is yes, one is no, and one is I don't know. This is a workshop for real estate people. Okay? This is made for you to learn. How many people think that Lindsay Esso gas station gives it away? How many say yes? I got 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. How many say no? And the rest don't know that. Is that correct? You don't know. The answer would be yes. Anybody know why?
That's a small town.
It's a small town, and
Yeah, we Google it.
That's a gas station.
yeah, there's only one. There's one gas station. There could be an S up there. That's it. You just gave it away. Now, how would you advertise it? You could say branded gas station, 90 minutes to Toronto. You got it?
Yeah.
Got it? Very important. You want to make money? I'm showing you how to make money, people. That's all I do. I've been working with like 1,000 brokers for 20 years. And I got brokers now who have made over $1 million on this service doing these things. Over $1 million in commissions. These were land. Who's dealing in land? Who had land here for sale? Okay, get excited. Land. It's land deals that are really doing the big ones. They're making big monies on hotels. John Camposano in Niagara Falls, $350,000. Just, selling hotels, motels. All kinds of money being made on this stuff. If you're driving in the country up on the weekend, can you not, if you go get gas, ask that gas station owner or the motel owner, if I ever got you your price, would you ever sell it? They'll look around, nobody else listening. They'll say, yeah.
Everybody wants to sell it.
That's right. That's right. So you got lots of more opportunities. I'm letting you know that if you join ICIWorld, every one of you should have 15 opportunities to make money in the next 90 days. And if you're not able to go to Kijiji and ask those owners trying to sell properties privately, Toronto Star in the newspaper tonight, for sale by owners, search for sale by owners on the internet. There's all kinds of places. Let's go to the next one. Brantford, $30 million shopping center. Does it give it away? How many say yes?
Yes.
How many say no? I don't know. The answer is yes. Why? Because there's only 1 or 2 that are that big. That's it. How would you sell that? Well, you might say shopping center, Ontario. That's it. Anything over $5 or $10 million and up, you just say the price and the type of property and a general location, even just the profit sometimes. Okay, that's it. If you say anything more, it can be, everybody's like a detective. You can figure it out. and they try to pry it out of you. I had one broker, he didn't make any money, and he had beautiful listings. And he said, I didn't make any money, Gary, and you said you had a pledge. Everybody should be making money every 90 days. I'm not making money. What am I doing wrong? So after about 10 minutes, I asked him, oh, by the way, when somebody calls you on a listing, do you give the address? He says, oh, yeah, all the time. It happens. We are very trusting people. Every one of this room can be trusting people with the right people.
Yeah.
But when you're dealing with strangers, you don't know. So each of you has a database. After a while, you're going to have a database. You're going to know who goes behind your back after a while. And you mark it, and you don't deal with those people again. You know? That's why I recommend you all come and join the CCIM chapter, because if we see you every week, chances are you're going to work with each other every week and trust each other every week. We were up at the Cat and the Fiddle, I forget that, Fox and the Fiddle, up by York Mills, just around the corner from the real estate board. We had a CCIM networking session for 2 hours, 5 o'clock to 7 o'clock. And you have the odd drink, and then you network with other people like ourselves that are doing deals. You should come to these things, network. Okay, Peterborough Retail Plaza, does that give it away 500,000? Probably it's okay, right?
Yeah.
It's probably okay, I agree. Real estate widgets, I've already covered them. Does anyone want to see them again? If you have a website right now, you don't have to get a website from us. You just order the widgets. You join ICIWorld, you make an appointment, and in your first appointment, we send you the instructions to your website designer. Does anybody here have an Income website? Income, what name of company? Web4 Realty, anybody? Who's got a website, any make? Okay, I'll just take one out of,
Pick mine.
yeah, who made it though? Like what company?
Oh, the Canada Brand Builders.
Okay, Canada, okay. They can all do what I'm about to show you. I'm gonna go to 4 members, and I'm gonna go down here to ICIWorld widgets, and I'm gonna click on it. And I'm gonna go, that's the order form, which we will get you to order your widgets, and we send them to you by email. You forward them to the internet service provider that give you the website. And then you come down here and you can click on samples. Here's one, Richmond Hill Homes, another website. Now, this is a website. Just one second. See that application form, everyone? Can you please pass that out to every single person here, because we're just near the end here. Pass one out to every single person in the room. It is the application form. How much is it to join ICIWorld on this application form? Anyone? The regular price. The people are joining daily, even on the regular price here. How much is the regular price to join? Down at the bottom left. $319 plus HST. Total of $360. What is the special? Which I am announcing it for today at this meeting. Anyone that wants to join at the meeting? What does it say? $240. Okay. Is there anyone that is interested in joining right now? Anyone at all? Okay. The first person that joined, you put your hand up first. We're going to add 3 months onto your membership. 3 months. You not only are going to get 1 year, you're going to get 1 year and 3 months, which is a total of 15 months. You were the second person that put up your hand. You're going to get 16 months service. In other words, 12 months plus 3, plus 1 more, 16 months service, and you're going to get 16 months too.
That's it.
Is there
Or where was the 6th one?
is there anyone else? Okay, you are going to get 17 months, and you're going to get 17 months, and you're going to get 17 months. And you're interested? 18 months. You're going to get 18, 18, 18, and 18, right there.
One more guy is sitting behind you.
I'm sorry, 18 is the limit. 18 is the limit, but you're going to get 18 months too. Okay? So each of you is going to get 18 months. And I'm going to, pardon me? Okay, so you're going to get 18 months as well. Okay? Everyone that joins today gets 18 months. what you do is you write your credit card number down on this sheet, and there is a stapler here. You staple your business card here. But I ask one thing, nobody leave without making an appointment with me. I don't want anybody to leave, no matter what. So if you have to get going right away, come right now, make an appointment with me. But I'm going to show you how to make an appointment. Can everybody open the app right now? Just open your app. Oops, this one's going low. I went to a washroom in a shopping center and left my phone in the washroom. When I came back, it was gone. I had a Samsung Note 5, but I'm looking at some phones, so I'll get me upgrade. But these phones, these older phones, they still work good. I still had a Note 3, so I'm using it. Anyways, click on an app? Anybody? Click on the app or the phone. If you have a dark blue planet and you're using the shortcut, go to the top of the CN tower. If you're using the app, click on the word more at the bottom right and click on login. And the ones that use the app, what's the first choice on the screen? If you use the app, click on the word more at the bottom right. If you're using the shortcut, which is a dark blue planet, go to the top of the CN tower, down the page just a little bit. You're going to see make an appointment. It's the first thing beside the top of the CN tower. Can you double check, Sabrina, that everybody can find it? I want everybody just to make an appointment. That's the most important thing. Click on login, the third button down. You click on login. After you click on more, click on login, the third button, and you'll see make an appointment. You can go there and make an appointment. You can do it right now. And then I'll feel comfortable that we're going to get you 100% looked after. But there's a sample of, and also before you go, after you make the appointment, Sabrina, can we make sure everybody gets one of these? I need everyone to fill this out. It's going to take 1 minute to fill out this sheet of paper, which is the evaluation form. There you go. Make sure everybody fills this out. Take 1 minute to fill this out. I'm going to be finished officially in a moment. If you can fill that out, if you don't mind, I really appreciate it. This is an evaluation form on what we're doing here today. And I really appreciate your feedback, any suggestions if you have some. But I really appreciate your feedback in consideration of me coming and speaking with you here today. I'm going to still go on, and I want to show you how MLS works on this website as well. I'm going to highlight residential. If you get one of our websites, watch this. I'm going to click on search MLS right here. Bingo. And when I click on it, isn't this wonderful the way you can search the MLS on a $16.50 website? Beautiful. That's beautiful. And then in addition to MLS, you're going to have these other listings. Now, in her case, she works in Richmond Hill. So I'm making a Richmond Hill button for her. I'm going to make a Brampton, Mississauga, Caledon button for you maybe, or depending on where you work. And if you have a customer looking to buy something in Muskoka, you can actually add Muskoka to this thing. Now, I'm going to click on Richmond Hill and York Region. The very first listings that come up are actually her listings. These are her listings, Mary Coughlin's. Now, would you like it that when you hand in an MLS listing to this office, would you like it to automatically go onto this website? Yeah. We got it. You can do that. It's going to happen for you automatically. And you can advertise your listings directly as well. Now, here's the beauty of these websites. Watch this. If I go down here and I want to click on, say, this one, I'm going to click on it now. This is one of the $16.50 websites. And by the way, it's called a splash presentation when you see the pictures changing. Isn't that nice the way your picture is going to come up with your phone numbers? Now, when somebody clicks on one of these, they can start to see the interior photos. If this isn't the ultimate in marketing on the internet. It gets better. It gets better. Listen carefully to this. This is important, what I'm about to tell you. This is money-making stuff, what I'm about to show you. I'm going to make this website the size of a mobile phone. Look at that. Isn't that lovely? I'm recommending that every single one of you get your customers to put your website on their mobile phone. That's why I'm showing you how to have the mobile website and an app. I'm showing you the differences, because some people are going to say, oh, I don't want the real estate app. My phone's going dead by 2 o'clock. Well, use the shortcut. The shortcut uses up 0 resources. Your website, people, is a shortcut. It's not an app. It looks like an app, but it's a shortcut. No resources on a phone. Every one of your customers should have your mobile website on their phone. That way, whenever they want to search real estate, they're searching your website. If they see something they like, bingo, they give you a call. That's what you want to do. And your customers are going to love it. All of your friends, your family, your relatives are going to see, oh my God, look at all the beautiful homes you've got. Oh, I love, maybe I want to become a real estate agent too, you know, because they're going to like it so much. Now, that's for the homes that are here. Look at that, the way people can click on these listings and they can see the pictures of the home right with your picture right underneath it. This is beautiful stuff. Now, they can also do it with this hamburger button. This is called a hamburger button up here at the top with these lines right here. When you click on the hamburger button, all these choices of listings come on the screen. They could choose, if they wanted to, residential haves and wants, which are mostly exclusive, and they can come down here and they can search the latest listings. Bingo, there they are coming on the screen. These are the latest residential listings coming on the screen, buyers and sellers. And they will see how well connected you are into the buyers and sellers in the marketplace, which gives them more confidence to deal with you and your experience and your connections. So yeah, these websites are fabulous to get somebody started in real estate. Without it, to me, I feel sorry for anybody that doesn't have one. When you think about it, you know, because it's a beautiful tool for you. Because the whole world is going mobile, the whole world, and you're going to have a mobile website. That's how that works. And you got commercial as well. Now, some people say, Gary, I'm in residential. I don't want to do commercial. You don't have to do commercial. If somebody calls you on a $2 million apartment building, what are you going to do? You do a referral. Yeah. Keep the referral agreements in your briefcase. Have them ready all the time, ready to do them. And by the way, when you do your first deal, when you do your first referral, phone me. I want to be the first one to congratulate you. I love getting people started and hear about the first one. Don't call me when I got leads. I've got calls. Everybody gets calls. I know that. I want to hear about your deals. I love hearing about the deals. And you do referrals. Okay, let's close that. It takes 1 hour to get you started. If someone wants a website, it will require a 1 other hour appointment to do the other website. And it may take another half hour after that as well. Okay, there we go. We've covered widgets. We support all websites in the company, in the industry. Doesn't matter which one. They all put them on. And you can have more than one website because they are like billboards, and you can link your websites together. Lady I worked with this morning, she had 3 websites. Now, the people that are online, I forgot all about you. I am so sorry, but I know some. Oh, offline. We've just got Christina left. Are you there, Christina?
Hold on 1 second.
Okay. If you're interested in joining, Christina, I got a special place for you. It's up to you. Everyone else is pretty well left. Okay, monthly live webinars, how to promote your website, special videos. There's our special pledge, people. As a member of ICIWorld, you should not go longer than 90 days without either doing business or at the very least developing new business relationships with people you feel will lead to doing business. By using the tools we supply to you, call us, let us train you how to do it. We appreciate your feedback, all the people that filled in the form today in consideration of me coming here for you. I really appreciate in these forums. There's our special offer there. And do not leave without your corporate card. Everyone that joined tonight, and looks like most of you are, please, I'm going to give you a corporate card. To get the corporate card, here's what you must do. You must fill in. Don't let anybody go without the corporate card, please, because I don't want to have to mail it. Hang on. Everybody that wants a corporate card, should I do it with you, Sabrina, or up here? Okay, you must sign your name and the corporate card number. So whoever is joining today, you're going to get a corporate card. It's a corporate card, not their phone number. Okay? It's got to be the corporate card number you give to them. Yep, I do. You can take this one. I've got more.
Yeah, sure.
Excuse me, 1 second.
This gentleman here, he's gotta go, but he'd like to set up so we can.
Okay, come on around. Everybody come on around if you need a hand. And we can get you going right away. All you need to do is just get you need this? You got your business card? Okay, just start. Okay, did you make an appointment?
Yes, I did.
If you made the appointment, we'll figure it all out in your appointment.
That's what, yeah, that's what I wanted to try to figure out, you know?
Yeah.
And,
That's fine.
and,
Okay,
perfect. Thank you so much.
welcome aboard. Okay, hang on. Let me give him his corporate card.
And I can provide you all the information about that.
Yeah. Okay, you need to fill in write your name down there and write the number of the corporate card.
Write the name and I'll read the report.
Excuse me, we couldn't make an appointment. I couldn't, get your-
Oh,
I think they both are getting-
okay, all right. So guess what? Here's what I'm gonna do. Do you see the screen that on the TV there? Or I mean on the monitor? Okay, I'm gonna sign off, people. For anybody, is there anybody needs to ask me questions online? Going once, going twice. We're gonna sign off on this meeting, and I appreciate everyone in the world that sees this. And good luck, and we enjoy hearing back from you. Let's see.